Hi everybody, I'm Isabella. Welcome to Astro Izzy, and let's get on with the August horoscope. So August is a month 8. It is year 8. So we're dealing with a double 8 energy. It is month 16. In tarot, this is really the Tower card. So we could have a Tower card kind of month. Weather, politics. So the people in politics are changing. Things could be being announced. The weather could get crazy. Essentially, it's going to shift and change something. Something will have to break apart to be rebuilt. And it could be dramatic. August 2nd, we have Venus squaring Uranus. Sudden attraction. Independence within relationships. We want something new. We want to experiment. And our feelings may be up and down. They may be changing. August 4th, we of course have the new moon in Leo. August 5th, Mercury stations retrograde at 4 degrees of Virgo. And it's going to retrograde all the way back until 21 degrees of Leo. So this is huge. It will affect all of us differently, but the same thing kind of remains. Be careful signing documents. It's a time to review, reanalyze, go within. You could be hearing back from people you haven't heard from in a while. You might want to reach out to people you haven't spoken to in a while. But also, if you're buying anything expensive, any electronics, read the fine print, make sure you know what you're buying, because you may change your mind when Mercury finally goes direct. So we can be reviewing, reflecting on our relationships as well. Make sure to back up all your data from your computers, your cell phones, anything that is important. August 7th, Mercury retrograde conjuncts Venus. We may want to review relationships, resolve any conflict we've been having. We want to hash things out, talk things over with people. August 14th, Mars conjuncts Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. This is really huge because I think all the way until September, early September, Mars is in Gemini. And with Jupiter there, it's expanding things for us. Wherever the sign of Gemini is in your chart, a lot of action will go to that area in August. So wherever you have Gemini, you're going to feel confident. You're going to exert a lot of energy in that area, in that house, wherever it is in your chart. August 16th, Mars in Gemini is squaring Saturn in Pisces. And this can bring frustrations and restrictions to us. August 18th, Mercury retrograde is squaring Uranus. This can bring unexpected news, sudden changes, and a little bit of anxiety within our personal lives. August 19th, Venus is opposite Saturn. Finances could be restricted. Maybe we are restricted within our romance. Our relationships can feel a little bit more tough on that day. We also have Sun squaring Uranus that day, so we can be a little bit more anxious just about everything going on. The people around us can also be a little bit more unpredictable. Jupiter squares Saturn on the 19th, so there could be a lot of tension with groups of people, within your relationships. Also, August 19th, we have a full moon in Aquarius. Full moon energy can have us feeling very, very anxious. August 22nd, Venus is going to square Mars. We can be more argumentative that day, but we have more of a desire for relationships, more passion, more desire for love. August 28th, we have Venus opposite Neptune. I'd say watch out for dishonesty, but Neptune is retrograde, so we can actually be more open to seeing the truth within our personal relationships. August 28th, Mercury finally goes direct at 21 degrees of Leo, and we can all breathe a sigh of relief. August 29th, we have Venus trining Pluto. This can bring passion, creativity, and intensity into our relationships and just creative projects overall. This month, Saturn is retrograding from 18 to 16 degrees of Pisces. Those of you who have planets in Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius from 16 to 18 degrees will have a Saturn transit this month over those planets, where you might feel a little bit more restricted within those areas, wherever those planets are. Uranus this month is transiting 26 to 27 degrees of Taurus. So those of you with planets from 26 to 27 degrees of Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius can be feeling like you're breaking out of your shell. Unexpected things can be happening around you, to you. You know, if you have moon from 26 to 27 degrees of Taurus, your family life might be changing. You might be maybe moving. If it's sun, your career can be changing. Maybe you're getting a promotion, starting a new job. If it's Venus, you can fall in love all of a sudden. Neptune continues its transit, going retrograde at 29 degrees of Pisces. So those of you who have planets at 29 degrees of Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius, you're under the Neptune influence. It's going retrograde, so you can maybe see and spot deception a little bit better, but it's in that critical degree. So a lot could be going on for you where you feel deceived, or you're opening up to where you were deceived and maybe dealing with the effects of all of that right now. It's at the very end of Pisces. So especially Virgo risings, you might have seen a lot of shifts and changes in your relationships where you feel like no one can lie to you anymore. Pluto is retrograding at 0 degrees of Aquarius right now. Those of you with planets at 0 degrees, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus are feeling the effects of Pluto. This is going to be going on for a while, but I really see, I don't know if you guys do, comment down below, the square aspects are really feeling it. So if you have a Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, 0 to 1 degree Scorpio or Taurus, you probably are really feeling a lot of tension, a lot of shifts and changes, powerful transformations coming to you via other people. Moon, it could be your mother, your home life, females in your life. Sun, it could be coming from your father, your career, your public image. Venus, of course, relationships, money, huge transformations. And I'm seeing a lot of early degree Taurus and Scorpio people seeing it already. Comment down below if you guys are having the same experience. All right, like this video if you found it helpful. Comment down below and we'll get to your personal horoscopes. I'll see you.
Aries, we start out the month for you with a beautiful new moon in your 5th house of creativity, children, romance. So it's a great time to date, maybe find someone, fall in love, but also great time for creativity. Investing, if you are into investing, or even starting a new project that makes you feel happy, spending time with your children, new activities, new sports. It is a time where something new is being born in that area of your life for you. Also, a big one is Mercury retrograde from August 5th all the way until the 28th. So it's safe to say most of the month you're revising things. Watch out for miscommunication or just misunderstandings in general. Because for you, Aries, Mercury rules the 3rd and 6th house. I put the red dots on there so you can see it. And that red pen, so at first it is in your 6th house and it's going to start retrograding. So there could be miscommunication at work with bills. Maybe you are dealing with your health. People from your neighborhood or siblings can be involved in maybe disputes and misunderstandings with you. Then it retrogrades back into the sign of Leo, your 5th house. So again, it could be maybe bills on account of children. or issues on account of children, romantic partners that are causing you to review, redo things. It could be a time also where romantic partners from the past come back into your life, or you are reminiscing about romantic partners, or there's something you're having to redo with your children or on account of your children. So remember, it also rules your 3rd and 6th house. So for you particularly, it could be dealing with issues of communication, maybe a business that you started, a creative project that you are rethinking, creative endeavor that you started that maybe now you want to do something different, do something else. So it's not just children and romantic partners, it's a lot. But for you especially, you can be getting a call from a romantic partner, even a sibling that you haven't spoken to as well, a childhood friend, or somebody that used to live in your neighborhood. You even have Venus in the 5th house for the first 5 days, so you could be falling in love, dating, or really initiating some creative endeavor that you have started, or you're maybe becoming very passionate about something or someone. This is really a month for love for a lot of Aries. The sun is also in Leo all the way until the 22nd. You're lighting up your 5th house. You're going out. You want to have fun. You're being creative. It's a great time for dating, hanging out with your children. Watch out for that Mercury retrograde, but don't let that stop you from this great aspect of, this is the time for you where the sun is literally telling you, hey, this is time for creativity. It's time for fun. It's time for dating. August 22nd, the sun goes into Virgo. Now you're going to be more disciplined about diet, working out, more pragmatic about getting things done in a correct way. So Mars and Jupiter are lighting up your 3rd house of communication. This is a time where you are maybe driving around more. You're hanging out in the neighborhood with your friends. You are more active and social within the community even, and just with your friends. So because of that Mars there, and Mercury rules your 3rd house, just be careful of how you word things to people, what you post on social media, because with this Mercury retrograde, some people might, take things that you say out of context. Be more cautious around August 15th, 16th, and 17th. August 15th, we have the direct Mars square Saturn between your 12th and 3rd house. So this can be miscommunication, somebody sharing a secret you don't want. It could be frustration, and it could have to do with vehicles, communication devices, and just people in general, especially in your neighborhood, your siblings, your close friends. There could be a lot of miscommunication or things going wrong, and you could just feel really, really frustrated. We have a full moon August 19th happening in your 11th house of groups, friendships, and organizations. And for you, really, with this whole month, with this Mercury retrograde, there could be some of you that are just saying goodbye to, groups and friendships that are no longer aligning with you. People could show their true colors to you at this time, or it could be a time where you've just outgrown a certain friendship, or there's something that you're closing out. Maybe your hopes and dreams are completely changing and shifting, and you're letting the old stuff go, and you have new hopes and dreams for yourself, for your future, maybe with completely different people. But this could also just be you finally realizing success in an area of groups and friendships. Remember, the full moon is a closing out of a chapter, but it's also the fruition. If you've been working hard on a project and you're releasing it out into the public, for the public to view, you can now be recognized for your work. Or it could be a time where you start meeting different people. New people start coming into your life. So you see all the big changes and shifts you want to make, which kind of just by in itself makes other people that no longer align with you just kind of fall away from your energy. Taurus, August starts off with a beautiful new moon on Sunday, August 4th, in your fourth house of home, family, vehicles, conveniences. You could be maybe thinking about buying a new vehicle, starting a new project within the home, welcoming a new member of the family, or even maybe getting a pet. Something like that could be going on for you. Now, there is this big Mercury retrograde this month, and it's within Leo and Virgo both. So if you are buying a new vehicle, you are buying new electronics or anything for your home, make sure to double check everything this month, because there could be a lot of miscommunication going on. So Mercury rules your second and your fifth house. The second house rules your self-esteem, the money that you make, your finances. The fifth house rules love, romance, creativity, children, the stock market, and it is going to retrograde in your fifth house and go back into your fourth house pretty much all of August 5th through the 28th. So there could be miscommunication with children, maybe miscommunication or misunderstandings with investments if you have any. Or even within a love relationships, you could be reminiscing about an old relationship, or somebody from the past who you've had a relationship could maybe try to make contact with you at this time. Or you could be doing that as well, Taurus. Then it goes back into your fourth house. So now you could have miscommunication within the home, especially if you're trying to buy a home, get a lease, get a vehicle. I would wait until after August 28th, because there could be a lot of what you're not seeing. Mercury retrograde is about going over things, redoing things. We're internalizing things. So it isn't really a time to be purchasing stuff, doing new stuff, but it is a time for revision, essentially. Mars and Jupiter are in Gemini. Now, Mars is in Gemini for a while. It rules your 7th and 12th house. It's sitting in the second. It could be an unexpected bill that's coming to you on account of your partner, your romantic partner, your spouse, or even your business. Or maybe it is that you are trying to keep something hidden about a bill. There's some frustrations with money. Now, Jupiter in the second is expanding your second house as well. So you shouldn't worry about it too much. But right now, till even September, when Mars is in Gemini, you are really thinking about money, how to make money, how to bring in more money. And there could be some frustration, since it rules your 12th house, on how much money is going out. 12th house is the house of losses. So you could be spending more money than you are bringing in. You could just feel a little bit uneasy when it comes to finances this month, as well as even maybe doing a dental work, finishing up dental work, or just revising something in the area of finance, especially this month. The sun will be hanging out in your fourth house until the 22nd. So there's a lot of maybe get-togethers with family, a lot of focus on family, the home, maybe moving vehicles. After the 22nd, the sun will enter Virgo. You're going to be more focused on creativity, fun, adventure, maybe even trying to invest your money, as well as spend more time with your children, maybe go out on dates. Venus is also in Leo until the 5th. So a lot of focus on your second house of income, a lot of focus on your fourth house of home and family. At the end of the month, the focus kind of shifts to fun, creativity, and romance for you, Taurus. Full moon Monday, August 19th in your 10th house. So maybe there's a work project that you are finally completing, or you are learning something new and letting go of something old when it comes to the area of career, work. Maybe some of you letting go of a job, letting go of a position, or maybe even definitely thinking about it, especially around the 19th, the 20th. But this could also be you getting ready for something new, not only finishing something up or maybe trying to find a new job, trying to find a new place in this world or within your career prospects, especially with that heavy Jupiter Mars concentration in your second house, you're really focused on money, and it could be a time where you realize your worth and you want to start something new and kind of let go of what you have been doing career-wise. A lot of Tauruses could be letting go of a job, a position, or maybe you're seeing some people that you work with go. So there's a change within your workspace happening. Gemini, we start August off with a beautiful new moon happening on Sunday, August 4th in your third house. So there is something you are initiating when it comes to a neighborhood, siblings, your efforts, maybe taking up a new skill, learning a new skill, blog, social media postings. You're learning something new, creating something new, and it's with your self-effort. You're going to just feel more inspired. Now, we do have Mercury retrograde August 5th through the 28th, so basically the whole month of August. Be careful of miscommunication, buying new electronics. It's a time for revision. So you could be revising something that you're working on with that new moon in your third house. There could be a lot of revisions when it comes to neighbors, siblings, and family members. There could also be a lot of misunderstandings between you and a sibling, co-workers, people in the neighborhood, and close family members, especially those that you live with, as Mercury rules you, yourself, and your fourth house. And with that new moon in the third, there's a lot of focus on revising and maybe even revising and reworking your relationships with those that you live with. Not only do you have Jupiter in your sign illuminating everything for you, but now you want to get on out there and show yourself. You want to be more active because Mars, all the way until September 4th, is in your first house. So maybe you want to start a workout routine. You're going to want to be more active, maybe get a new wardrobe, get a new haircut. You want to be seen. So you could also be a little bit more jumpy at people. When Mars is in the first house, we can be short with people sometimes. We can get aggravated with people more easily. And we have this square from Saturn from your 10th house. So be careful how you speak to coworkers, teachers, anybody of authority, because you could, there could be some tension there with that. Mars rules over your 11th house. It's going into the first house. It could be a time where a lot of friends are reaching out to you. You want to hang out with bigger groups of people, or it's going to be a highlight in August. The 6th house is also ruled by Mars. And Mars is in the first house right now. So you are definitely thinking maybe about paying off bills, getting more into a workout routine, changing your health habits. This is the perfect time to let go of any bad habits with Jupiter in your first house and Mars giving you the motivation. If you want to start working out, you want to let go of a bad habit, this is the time to do so. The first 5 days of the month, you have Venus in your third house. This is a great time to get together with people, get-togethers, travel around your neighborhood, explore everything. After that, after the 5th, we have Venus in your 4th house. So you want to beautify your home, spend time with those you love, or that is what's going to bring you peace and make you feel good. Venus is what makes us feel really good. So at the very, very end of the month, August 29th, it's time for date night because it's shifting to your 5th house. So what will make you happy is creativity, a romance, hanging out, having fun at the very, very end of the month. We also have the sun in Leo until the 22nd. So huge, huge things are happening in the area of your 3rd house with that new moon. You want to initiate something new, hang out with people in the neighborhood, check out new spots to hang out, new restaurants, and also your home is a big focus for you. Your home and family may be decorating, as well as you, yourself, your body. You want to get out there, you want to exercise, you want to be seen, and you want to be heard, Gemini. Now, Monday, August 19th, we have a full moon in your 9th house. So maybe there is a publishing project that you are now finishing up, or a project that you have been working on, a class that you've been working on, studying something, and you're now completing something. Or maybe you're completing a cycle with a friend, somebody foreign to you. So somebody from far away. So you could also be thinking about traveling, getting a passport, thinking about things like that, or fulfilling the things of that house. Ninth house is publishing, spirituality, travel, education. So you're finalizing something in this area. I hope August is fantastic for you, Gemini. Cancer, August starts out with a new moon in your second house on the 4th. So you are initiating something new when it comes to possessions. You could be buying luxury possessions, or maybe clothes, jewelry, doing something to your face, going shopping. But this is also a great time to start a new money-making venture, a new side hustle, a new business, or, you're just working on your money this month. There's something new opening up in that area of life for you. Of course, we have Mercury retrograde from the 5th all the way till the 28th. So Mercury for you rules your 3rd house in your 12th house. You are revising something in the area of your 3rd house of communication. Maybe you're taking courses, building a website, and you're redoing things. Things are coming to light, and it could have something to do with the money that you make, or you're trying to make money from a new project you are undertaking. There could, of course, since Mercury rules your 12th house and it's going to be retrograding in your 3rd and 2nd house, it could be a bill or a loss of maybe an equipment, or something's not working and there's money to be paid out even on account of a course that you have to take, a website you are building, some kind of work venture you are undertaking, that there's a big bill coming to you, or a loss of a computer, a cell phone even. I would be more cautious right now of buying anything new when you're out and about driving, because Mercury does rule your 3rd and 12th house. And it's going to retrograde back into your 2nd house of finances, money. So you are restructuring something in the area of money, how you make money, and also in your 3rd house of siblings, neighborhood, courses, self-effort. So you're really initiating, taking some self-efforts into how you make money this month. Mercury rules your 3rd house as well. So there could be a chance where a sibling you've lost touch with is, trying to contact you. Somebody you used to live with, somebody you used to work with, take classes with, could be reaching out to you at this time. We have the Mars and Jupiter happening in your 12th house this month. Mars is going to be there all the way until September 4th. And Mars rules your 10th and 5th house, and it's sitting in the 12th house. So there could be, secret intimacy. Maybe you meet somebody, you've fallen in love. It could be just like you're keeping it a secret from people. You don't have a name for it yet. You could be having a fling behind the scenes, or you're working on a project, since it rules your 10th house, for a career, because you have that new moon in your 2nd house. A lot of you could be working on something, revising something, whether it's a website or you're doing something behind the scenes for a work project. You don't want anybody to know about it yet. Mars in the 12th, you could be a little bit more fidgety, have a hard time sleeping, even feel like you're getting headaches a little bit more. Jupiter is also in your 12th house, helping you out, but it could also be even work changes within your company that are stressing you out a little bit more, and you want to start something new, a new position maybe. Now you're going to have the square from your 9th house to your 12th house from Saturn. So there could just be expenses on account of school, on account of foreign travel. You could be wanting to travel. The 12th house is foreign travel, foreign lands. And with Jupiter there expanding that area for you, maybe there's some frustrations with passports, how to travel, or maybe even teachers and educators. The first few days of August, it's a great time to go ahead and buy yourself something new you're going to enjoy for a really long time, because Venus will be in your second house until August 5th. This is a great time to purchase something that you're going to really like right before that Mercury retrograde. After that, Venus goes into your third house, so you're going to love communicating with people, maybe hanging out more within your community, within your friendship groups. Be more cautious how you word things or taking things out of context, because of course Mercury will be retrograding there with Venus. But it could be a time where people from the past are contacting you, or you are reminiscing about people from the past when Venus conjoins with that Mercury retrograde for you. Monday, August 19th, you have a full moon in your 8th house. So maybe there is a secret exposed to you. You learn new information that helps you kind of transform your life, where it's going. It can be a time where you are wrapping things up when it comes to insurance policies, other people's money, any kind of payments that you receive, even scholarships, student loans, anything like that. You're wrapping something up there around August 19th. It could seem like a more emotional time. It's also the house of esoteric subjects. It's the house of therapy. It's the house of transformation. And you could feel like whatever is closing out there is causing a big transformation, especially in your money. So there could be a lot of changes when it comes to the money that you make and other people's money for you this month, Cancer. I hope August is fantastic for you. Leo, August starts out for you with a beautiful new moon in your first house. So this is great for a new haircut, a new wardrobe. You're just feeling rejuvenated, like a new era is coming in. So a lot of you could get a new wardrobe, change up your looks. You're initiating something, a big undertaking where your whole life is needing a little bit of a new upgrade, a new change. So this is a great month to try something new. Buy something new. Of course, be more cautious. We have the big Mercury retrograde, but with this, you really want to even show yourself in a new way to the public. Mercury will be retrograde from August 5th to the 28th. Now for you, Leo, Mercury rules the 2nd and 11th house. 11th house of groups, friendships, organizations, and the 12th house of money, the money that you make, your possessions. And the retrograde will start in your 2nd house and go into your 1st house. So actually this could be friends you haven't spoken to in a while, people on social media reaching out to you. Maybe you are making a deal, a wish fulfillment kind of deal where money is exchanged. It could be even having misunderstandings with people online, with friends, with groups you belong to. So be careful when you're posting, writing stuff, as well as spending money right now on what you buy, because you might change your mind when Mercury goes direct, especially it's starting in your 2nd house. It really ties into your finances. So be careful on what you spend your money on. Make sure you really read the fine print, read the reviews. It's retrograding in your 1st house as well. So there are changes you are making. You could be making changes to the groups you belong to, the charities you belong to, your online persona, your money, and overall, even your looks, how you present yourself. So I would just be more cautious on where and how you spend your money this month. But you could have people from your past reaching out to you through online, or, just communications online. Maybe you find friends you haven't spoken to in a while. That's a big probability for this month. The planet of love, beauty, money is in your 1st house the first 5 days of August. A great time to change up your look, get a new wardrobe. But after that, it goes into your 2nd house, which is a great time to buy new possessions, buy something luxurious, spend money on something you love. Just be more cautious because of the Mercury retrograde. So if you are purchasing something big, make sure you really look into this. Mars and Jupiter in your 11th house. Mars is going to be here until September 4th. Okay, so there's so much focus on friendships, get-togethers with other people. Mars in the 11th is super great if you're in creative arts, theater. It makes you more expressive. But it can be a time where there's more frustrations, even some fights with friends could erupt out of nowhere. Now, Mars rules your 9th and 4th house. The 9th house of publishing spirituality is going into the 11th house. And you're going to have this square from Saturn from the 8th house. And it could be that maybe you have published work. You have something that you put out into the world. You publish something, a course, and there's an issue with how you're going to get money, other people's money, or a little bit of a frustration, I should say, could come out of that. Your 4th house going into the 11th house, there could be friends reaching out to you, friends you grew up with, parties that you are invited to right now, or people coming to your house even. A lot of parties, a lot of get-togethers. So, but there could also be frustrations there, or frustrations coming from friendships, from groups that you are involved with. It could be meeting friends that are foreign even, 9th house going into the 11th, completely different from you, like a new set of friends you want to get together with. It could also be traveling with family, maybe even moving in with a friend or helping them out in some way. Somebody from your hometown, getting together with you now, reaching out. But there could be a little bit of frustration there at the same time. If you have older siblings, it could be a time where they seem a little bit more frustrating to you at this time. Monday, August 19th, there is a full moon happening in your 7th house. It's the house of business partners, spouse, your romantic one-on-one relationships. It could be an end even to a relationship. It could be an end to a relationship cycle, or an end to being one way to now going in a different direction with that same person. Or maybe you are releasing some old clients, an old business partner, and starting something new. With that full moon in your 1st house, the focus this month is on you, your growth, and you are closing something out when it deals with other people. Whether it's a romantic partner, somebody you used to know, you no longer want to deal with, or even clients, business partners. There's something closing out in the area of your 7th house around the 19th, the 20th for you. But overall, the focus is on you. The focus is on friendships and the money that you make this month. I hope August is fantastic for you, Leo. Virgo, August starts out for you with a new moon in your 12th house. So you can be dealing with subconscious downloads, letting go of bad habits, people you no longer want to associate with. 12th house is the house of letting go, the house of losses, but also the house of creativity, psychic downloads. It's the house of spirituality. It's the house of travel. And you want to start something new in that area. Something new is unfolding for you there. So pay attention to your dreams, any signs and signals that you are receiving right now. It could be that you are, communicating from beyond this plane. So watch out for angel numbers, repetitive things, songs, as they could be telling you, what you need to be doing. Also, it can be a time where you uncover a secret of some kind as well, or just a time where you want to get healthy, ditch all your bad habits. Your sign Mercury is going retrograde August 5th through the 28th. For you, Mercury rules the 1st house and the 10th house. It is starting its retrograde motion in the 12th house going into the 1st. So you could be really dealing with self-image, self-sabotage issues you are working through with that new moon in your 12th house. You might be finally giving up on something that no longer works for you, whether it is a bad habit, people, it could even be work, because of course, Mercury rules your 10th house. You're giving up on something or redoing something to make it better. For a lot of you, it could even be your image, any self-esteem issues that you have going on now. So this can give misunderstandings with the public, the people that you work with, authorities. So watch all communication. Probably try not to purchase any new electronic devices if you can help it. Watch out for when you're driving, especially the first half of the month when Mercury is retrograding through your 12th house. You may feel like a little bit of a recluse, but it is a time where you could learn secrets, you could learn something, you could download something, and it will help you redo whatever it is that you have been working on in a better way. It could be a time as well when people reach out to you and maybe you're keeping things a secret. You don't want anybody to know who you're talking to, but a lot of people from your past could be contacting you right now, especially once Mercury starts retrograding into the first house of you. So you could also feel like you're reminiscing about people from the past. So you have a lot of activity going on behind the scenes. The sun will be in Leo until the 22nd, at which point it'll go into your first house and you're going to have more self-confidence. As well as Venus will be in Leo just the first 5 days of August, and then it's going to be in your sign. So you can feel prettier, maybe get a new haircut, a new wardrobe. You can attract people to you more easily, and which is really great because you have this Mars Jupiter sitting right in your midheaven, your 10th house. Jupiter's doing its thing. Now, Mars is there until September 4th. Mars in the 10th house is great for accomplishments, getting stuff done. Now, Saturn at one point will square this Mars, so you can feel a little bit more, kind of frustrated sometimes, maybe with work, the public, or maybe your relationships. Your relationships may take a back seat. People in your life may frustrate you a little bit more, and you're going to be really focused and honing in on your career, your job, your passions. This is really great energy for you. Mars rules the 3rd and the 8th house. It's going into the 10th house. So not only is this great for success, worldly success, you can just push yourself, shine in your career, but you can be tested with, authority figures, relationships because of that Saturn square, like I said. But also your 8th house going into your 10th could be your spiritual beliefs become public, starting a spiritual business, making it public. 8th house. So you could be making a course, training. You could also be gathering finances. Other people's finances could, be coming to you right now. You could also be, Virgos, transforming your image. And even if you're not transforming it, it could be the very beginning stages of you doing that. With Mercury retrograde going into your first house, your 8th house going into your career, maybe a transformation within your career, your public image, the way you want people to see you. So it could be you're just going to be like a workhorse this month, a hustler. Also with your 3rd house ruler going into the 10th house, you could be building your social media presence, making a course, getting more training for the job. Maybe your job is sending you to get more training as well, or you're making new social contacts for and within your job, whatever it is that you're doing. Saturn and Neptune retrograding in your 7th house, and Mercury will be retrograding in your 1st. So a lot of Virgos could be reminiscing about people from the past, or maybe even people from the past are going to be contacting you, maybe even through social media, or with that Mercury retrograding in your 12th house, it could be even them kind of just watching you. through social media or just not letting you know how they feel, and then maybe contacting you out of the blue, you could learn a secret as well about a past situation you were involved in. Monday, August 19th, you're going to have a full moon in your 6th house. This is the time to let go of a bad habit, start a better eating regimen, maybe a new dietary program, pay off some bills, get organized. This is a great time to organize your home. With that beautiful new moon in your 12th house and Mercury retrograding, it is fantastic to get rid of any thoughts, negative patterns that are holding you back. So this is the month where you can really get that together, as well as get organized. 6th house at home. This is the time to throw out anything that no longer serves you. So there could be maybe even changes within employees, with people that you hire, maybe to work for you. There could be releasing in that area. You're releasing something within the 6th house, whether it is negative thought patterns or the way that you eat, exercise, or paying off bills. You're letting something go, but it's really good to let something go and close something out from the 6th house, maybe even giving up on, a competition you've been involved with someone, a competitor. So you're just letting that go. You're releasing something there. I hope August is fantastic for you, Virgos. Libra, August starts out with a new moon in your 11th house. Groups, friendships, organizations, hopes, and dreams. It could be a time where you're meeting new friends, like-minded people. You're joining some groups, organizations that you feel are more aligned with you. This is also great for fame, popularity, social media presence. So if you're doing anything like that, there's something new opening up for you in this area, as well as some of your hopes and dreams are coming to fruition, or you're finally starting to see how they can unfold for you. Mercury is going retrograde August 5th, all the way until the 28th. Mercury for you, Libra, rules the 9th and 12th house, and it will be retrograding from the 12th to the 11th house. So there could be unexpected bills, maybe with travel, with taking courses. There could be a lot of miscommunication and you reevaluating things, reevaluating maybe college, education. If you're involved in any kind of legal matter, there could be stuff that you need to redo, resolve, essentially. Also, the 12th house is hidden things. So there could be some you exposing or finding out about some secrets that you didn't know about, or somebody could be finding out your secrets. You could be really internalizing a lot of lessons that you learned maybe through a course that you're taking, or travel, or through knowing people from different walks of life. So there could be a lot of unexpected bills, and maybe even through dreams, stuff that comes up that you want to deal with in your everyday life. It's then going to retrograde back into your 11th house, where you could have misunderstandings with groups, friendships, any kind of organizations you belong to. Or maybe there's something you need to redo there. You're redoing maybe a social media website, or reevaluating who your friends are. And there could be not just misunderstandings, but things exposed about your friendships that you didn't know about, you weren't aware of. First 5 days of August, we have Venus and Sun in your 11th house. So you are enjoying your outings with friends. You want get-togethers. This is a great time to meet people, socialize with people. Venus will go into Virgo after the 5th. Okay, so you're going to, with Venus in the 12th, you're going to feel more like you want to spend time behind the scenes, maybe even have romantic encounters nobody knows about, or just more intimacy behind the scenes. You're going to enjoy spending more time alone. The big one, though, this month, all the way until September 7th, is Mars is in Gemini. This is your 9th house. For you, Libra, Mars rules the 2nd and the 7th house. And it's going into the 9th. All the way until September 4th, really, Mars is in there, but it's joined with Jupiter, expanding that area of life for you. You might be wanting to travel. All right, you could be wanting to travel with a partner, maybe making plans to take a vacation with a partner. You could be spending money on courses, maybe passports, legal matters as well, or any type of schooling, furthering education. Be careful getting in fights with teachers, judges, and even be careful with your father. There could be some disagreements with your father or some, nasty words exchanged even because they could be a little bit more on edge. But with Jupiter there, everything should be smoothed out. So if you are trying to take a course, travel with a partner, this is a fantastic time. It could also be where maybe you and a partner are visiting museums, or you're watching, the History Channel, watching some documentaries, and both kind of expanding your mind. The 2nd house going into the 9th, it could be you spending money on college, courses, or educational books. You're learning something. So not just expanding your mind, but maybe, you want new philosophies, new spirituality added to your life. So you're buying books, spending money on that stuff. You could be spending money on maybe even legal matters for some of you, or passports, any kind of travel documents. Also, speaking to people online from different walks of life will probably bring you a lot of joy. That's where you're motivated. Wherever Mars is where we're motivated. We're like, we want to do stuff. Now, with your 7th house ruler going into the 9th, in order not to, fight with your partner, your spouse, the thing to really do is be active together. And so any kind of travel or new adventure you implement with your partner this month, your relationship could be more passionate and just go smoothly. So this is really great for passion, excitement. Now you're going to have this Saturn square from your 6th house to this Mars. So there could be frustrations with teachers, with father, or making travel plans. With Jupiter there, it should all work out. But if there are frustrations, maybe with health, with debt, there's some kind of hindrance, maybe with money or work schedule, that could also be happening. But generally, August for you is about getting together with groups of people, hanging out, expanding your horizons, expanding your mind. There is a full moon Monday, August 19th in your 5th house. There could be a finishing up, a wrap up of a creative project that you've been working on. Or maybe you have just now met somebody, you're taking your relationship to the next level, falling in love, somebody coming forward with feelings for you, somebody maybe you didn't know about, with that Venus being in your 12th house, or you revealing feelings for somebody. There could also be a closing out, or maybe letting go of a romantic relationship that was not going anywhere, you weren't fulfilled with. So there is something coming to an end, whether it is an end to the way you've done relationships, or the way that you were within a romantic relationship to take it to the next level, or just letting go of somebody, or maybe even letting go of creative hobbies and projects that no longer serve you, are no longer useful to you, or your evolution in life. So there's a closure there, but it can also seem like you want more romance. You're feeling more romantic at, or around August 19th, especially. Scorpio, August starts out with a wonderful new moon in your 10th house. So this could literally be for you a new job, a promotion, a new career direction, starting your own business, or at least laying out the groundwork to do something like that. Or maybe you want to be seen in a different light, present a new public image, public persona, building a website. Anything like that is really favorable for you in the month of August, Scorpio, because there's something new opening up for you in the area of career, public image, and even getting to know people of higher rank so that they could help you out later in life, you know, commingling with people of higher rank than you as well. We have Mercury retrograde from the 5th all the way until the 28th. For you, Scorpio, Mercury rules your 8th house of transformation, other people's money, and your 11th house of groups, friendships, organizations. The retrograde starts in your 11th house of groups, friendships, organizations, hopes, and dreams. And it could be you maybe redoing something within a group, an organization, some kind of social media platform. Things need to be redone, resolved issues maybe that you need to go over with friends. But it could also be 8th house issues like transformations with friends, with friendships. Or maybe you guys are learning something together. You are learning esoteric knowledge with a group, an organization, or a close friend, and you're going over stuff. It later goes into your 10th house where maybe some work will need to be redone. You have this new moon in your 10th house. So the focus will be a lot on you, your self-image, and work. And there may be things that need to be redone within your work, you know, with your colleagues, the people that you work with, the position that you have within your workplace. It could be that you need to redo something. Mercury retrograde is really a time where we're internalizing something, and there could be miscommunication. It's a time to redo, reevaluate, maybe not purchase big ticket items, especially electronics, especially if you can help it. Sometimes we can't. Double check everything. Look over a lot of contracts. If you are signing contracts for work, double check your work, because a lot of times things slip through with Mercury retrograde, or we misinterpret something that others want from us, or as well as we can misinterpret what we want to say to somebody. So it's just a time to be a bit more cautious within our communication. Until August 5th, we've got the Sun and Venus in your 10th house. So your 10th house is really highlighted, especially in the beginning of the month. Then the Sun will enter your 11th house on August 22nd. When you will probably want to get together with friends, groups of people, celebrate a little bit more, because Venus will also be in Virgo in your 11th house. So it's a great time, great month really, to enjoy with groups, with friends, going to parties, get-togethers. Now, Mars and Jupiter are really the big players. Jupiter is still shining a big light on your 8th house of transformation. But Mars is joining the party now. It's going to be there until September 4th. So it's going to square Saturn from your 5th house. So there could be a lot of maybe a romance get-togethers. Be careful of even pregnancy, because it's a strong intimacy indicator. But with the square, there could be some tension, maybe some frustrations. So Mars rules your 1st and 6th house. So with it being in the 8th, it's a great time to invest, especially with Jupiter there. Maybe you're studying esoteric subjects. Mars also rules your 6th house and is in the 8th house. It could be that you are transforming through health, changing your habits, or maybe paying off a big debt, settling an outstanding bill, a lawsuit for some of you. You could be really benefiting from other people's money right now. You could also be transforming your looks. Your 1st house is going into the 8th with a new haircut, wardrobe, plastic surgery, really anything that is transformative. 1st and 6th house in the 8th says a lot about health and transformation. And so this is a perfect time to let go of any limiting beliefs, also any bad habits, and just transform them into good habits, into a new routine of sorts. Mars in the 8th can also cause us to have, old traumas come up to be dealt with. Jupiter is there, so this is a great way to maybe through research, through studying metaphysical subjects, esoteric subjects, where you can let go of things that have been holding you back, or just kind of learn how to transform negative energy into positive energy. Monday, August 19th, you have a full moon in your 4th house, Scorpio. This is a time where some of you maybe are thinking about moving, letting go of an old place, maybe an old vehicle as well. When you have a full moon in your 4th house of home, family, mother, there's some kind of closure coming to that area. This is really the perfect time to go through your closet, go through your house, and get rid of anything that no longer serves you in your living environment. It feels good. It feels refreshing. You've let all that old energy go. And with Mars in your 8th house, this is really where this could feel like transformative for you, to let go of anything that is old, that doesn't make you feel good. So with this full moon in your 4th house, a lot of emotions could be coming up that you need to go through, you need to deal with. So that Mars in your 8th house will really help you deal with anything bottled up that you've been holding on to. This could also be where people in your neighborhood are leaving. Things around your hometown are changing a lot for you. Sagittarius, August for you starts out with a new moon in your 9th house. This is what you are all about. Expansion, learning. You could be meeting a teacher, talking to people from different walks of life. Maybe some of you are going back to school, getting some credentials, getting an education. It could be that you are embarking on a little journey or traveling, thinking about traveling, getting your passports, applying for college, applying for a course. This is really fantastic because even just reading books and watching documentaries can open you up to something brand new you need for your development. A lot of times we discount how important the 9th house is because sometimes it's the very little things that come to us through books, through movies, through culture that we adopt into our daily lives, and we don't even sometimes know how we adapted them, because it's expanding your mind. It's expanding something for you when it comes to knowledge, other people, the world. So if there's a course you want to take, you want to learn something, you happen to come across a book, a documentary, it is meant for you at this time so that you can open yourself up to a new way of being. Mercury will be retrograde from August 5th until the 28th. This is a big one. When Mercury is retrograde, we want to internalize a lot of stuff. It's about reanalyzing everything that we have been doing. So Mercury for you rules the 7th and the 10th house. So your career and public image, as well as your business partners, your spouse, your close one-to-one relationships. This Mercury retrograde could be a lot about your job, your business, you reevaluating where you work, how you work, who you work with, your public image, your public persona, because it's retrograding in your 10th house. So be careful for miscommunication, especially if you do sales presentations. You meet a lot with people. You could be misrepresenting yourself accidentally, or people could be misrepresenting themselves with you. There could be a little bit of chaos or things that are unknown within the workplace or about your job, about where you're heading. If you are changing jobs right now, there could be a little bit more confusion. It then retrogrades back into your 9th house. So this could be dealing with any legal matters, passports, school, travel. There could be confusion or things that you need to redo. It could be also any work that you are trying to publish, a website you are building, a course you're working on, revision and redoing things. Going back to the drawing board might need to happen. Regardless of anything, remember, try not to purchase any electronics. Be more cautious of communication. Double, triple check any documents, especially legal documents for you, to make sure that you know everything, everything and any kind of contract that you are signing. Sun and Venus are in your 9th house the first 5 days, so you're really feeling like you want to travel, explore, see something new. Later, the Sun and Venus go into your 10th house, so you want to shine in your career. If there's a project you are working on now, especially with Mercury retrograde, a lot of ideas could be coming to you. Now, the big one for you, Sagittarius, is of course Mars is in your 7th house all the way until really September 4th. Jupiter there is expanding things for you. The ruler of your 7th house is retrograde this month. So this can really bring you back to some exes. Some ex-lovers could be calling you. You know, you could be hearing from people from your past, even past clients if you own a business. Somebody from the past can really be contacting you, or you could be reminiscing about somebody from your past. Mars in the 7th can be aggressive and impulsive. So watch out, because you can be a little bit more aggressive with other people. This can also invite other people to be a little bit more aggressive with you. It's really great. You know, if you're dating somebody, you could feel like you have instant attraction with somebody. The way to combat Mars in 7th, if you are coupled, you're married, you're dating, is to do stuff together. You want to do stuff together, maybe go out for walks, be athletic, go work out together, go explore together, because the less you do with Mars in the 7th, more anger, more fights could be coming up. If you are married or you're within a relationship right now, your partner could be acting up more. There could be more issues that they bring up to you, or they could just be experiencing more of a hectic lifestyle at this time. Mars for you rules your 5th house of love, romance, and creativity, going into your 7th house. So this is the perfect time to date. This can also mean you have a great time with your children. You want to do stuff, be more active with your children this month. Maybe go sightseeing more, just doing more active things. Now, this can also bring up fights within, a relationship about children. Do you want to have children? Now, Mars also rules your 12th house. So there could actually be expenses on account of business partners, romantic relationships, children, because that is coming into the mix. So your partners could just be more argumentative this month, more combative. Since Mars also rules your 12th house, it could be you find out a secret about somebody you are dating. They've been keeping a secret from you, or they could find out about a secret you have been keeping, or you meet someone new and you want the relationship to kind of be behind the scenes for a little bit, for nobody to know about it. Of course, on the good side, this brings in a ton of passion, more intimacy within an existing relationship, or even a new relationship. You could become really passionate about somebody. If you notice having more fights with people, it means you need to do more. You need to go out there and do more stuff. Doing stuff with others is pretty much how you get around those arguments that Mars can bring into your 7th house. But the focus this month is really on romance, other people. There is a full moon August 19th for you, Sagittarius, in your 3rd house of siblings, communications. This is the house of your own efforts, your self efforts. But this is also the house of all types of communication. With Mercury going retrograde, it could be a time maybe you are letting go of old equipment, old cell phones or headphones, things that you no longer find useful. They don't work. This is a great time to get rid of all that stuff. It could be you completing a project of sorts, or maybe you're thinking about moving. Things in your neighborhood where you live are changing. New moon is in your 9th house, and then the full moon, your 3rd house. So there is some type of completion in this area. It could be you completing a project, completing a course. Capricorn, August starts out for you with a new moon in your 8th house of transformation, other people's money, intimacy. It is also the house of esoteric subjects, research. So this is a time where something new is opening up in that area of life for you around August 4th. Maybe you are researching esoteric subjects, learning esoteric knowledge. This could be a time where you are benefiting from other people's money, investments, 401k, or maybe applying for a loan, a home loan, a car loan. New moon in your 8th house wants you to transform from within. So you could transform your financial situations as well, your future financial situations by way of planning for them or utilizing other people to better your finances. But it is also a time where you can transform your psychology, your psyche, your mind. You can research astrology, tarot, occult knowledge. This is a time where your intuition is heightened and you can actually find out exactly what it is that you need to move forward. It's a great time for manifesting. So get out a piece of paper and write down exactly what it is that you want. A new moon in the 8th house is extremely powerful for bringing you people and situations that you really want. So maintain positive outlooks, maintain positive thoughts, and really write down what you want. We've got Mercury retrograde from August 5th through the 28th. Now for you, Capricorn, Mercury rules the 6th and the 9th house. And it's going to retrograde in your 9th house and then go back into your 8th house, which means you are redoing, revising. Those of you who are involved in school, any kind of learning environment, even travel plans, as well as publishing. If you're publishing any work, making any courses, there's going to be some revision that you will probably have to do, or you're going to be rethinking ideas when it comes to the area of the 9th house and the 8th house. So life insurance, other people's money, investments, anything that you are learning or any kind of transformation that you are undertaking. Maybe you're thinking about how to, pay for things. So loans, scholarship, things like that. Scholarships for school, loans that you need to, pay for car, house. All of that could be coming up for a revision. Now, with your 6th house, maybe there's a debt you're paying off, a debt that you're going over, or maybe you are rethinking your health habits for some of you. Travel, passports, any of you involved in a lawsuit, there could be maybe some setbacks or things that need revision. Mercury retrograde is about reanalyzing, looking things over. Back up your data. I probably wouldn't be purchasing any electronics right now. If you do make big purchases, it's really important to look over the details. Look into any contract, because for you, this is dealing with the 8th and 9th house. So double check anything that you are signing, anything that you are putting your name on. Double check, triple check, make sure it is exactly what you need, what you want, especially if you are buying any new policies or signing a big contract where money is involved. First 5 days of August, you have the Sun and Venus in your 8th house. This really highlights intimacy or intense passion. You can have intense passion for, your partner, as well as something that you are researching right now. If you're researching something, this can give you and bring you a lot of joy. Later, we've got Venus moving into your 9th house, where education, travel will bring you a lot of joy. Visiting museums, talking to people from all walks of life, or maybe reading a good book. We have Mars joining Jupiter in Gemini. Mars will be in Gemini all the way until September 4th. For you, this is in the area of work, daily habits, routines, health. Mars rules your 4th and 11th house, Capricorn. It's going into the 6th house where it's going to meet Jupiter. There could be some frustrations because you will have the square from your 3rd house from Saturn. But really, you are maybe redeveloping a new routine around your home, within your home, with the people that you live with, maybe changing schedules. Maybe those of you who like share custody with kids, there's a schedule change going on. Or it could be that friends are highly involved. Sixth house activities could be taking classes, yoga, Pilates. Maybe you are joining with a friend group or they are joining you to do something. Now with Mars in the sixth house, it gives you this competitive edge. You're feeling more competitive. And as long as you initiate things and keep doing them, things should go smoothly because Mars in the sixth house loves to take action. So be a little bit more mindful. This can cause a little bit of conflict with the people that you work with. Sometimes they can just piss you off a little bit more this month with Mars in the sixth, but it does give you this competitive edge where you can get anything done. And maybe you are reorganizing your home as well. You could be throwing stuff out, redecorating, redoing things within the home. You could maybe be doing that with a friend. Maybe also going on social media to learn about a budgeting plan or how to organize your home in a better, more efficient way. Now, Jupiter is going to make things easier. It's expanding this area of life for you anyway. And you, Capricorn, are no stranger to being organized and real strict about things, having a good schedule. But this can really help you refine it. You can even join like a running club, a hiking club right now, because Mars wants you to initiate with groups of people to better your health, to better your organization. So this is an excellent time to find like-minded people. If you are into any competitive sports or anything like that, anything that has to do with working out, working on your body. On Monday, August 19th, you also have a full moon in your second house. The second house is that of money, resources, possessions. It can be a time where you're getting rid of some possessions that you no longer find useful. And this is highly probable because with that sixth house Mars, and Mars rules your fourth, you are probably inclined to declutter and let go of things that no longer serve you. Maybe you are letting go of a source of income and relying more on a spouse, a partner, a business partner, or maybe a scholarship or a loan with that new moon in your eighth. You're relying less on your money and more on other people this month. But this probably can also signal some dental work, or you may be trying to find a new source of income. So you're letting go of one and, bringing in a new source of incomes, or maybe you're leaving a job for a better job, a better paying position. It can have something to do with that. This full moon can really make you feel a little bit anxious about money, about possessions, and even about family love relationships. We're going to have a Venus opposite Saturn on the same day, Sun square Uranus, and Jupiter will square Saturn. So there could be a lot of opposition coming to you, or people just acting a little bit weird from you. You may feel a little bit restricted and just overall a little bit anxious on or around the 19th. I hope August is fantastic for you. I wish you all the best navigating this Mercury retrograde. Aquarius, August starts out for you with a new moon on the 4th in your 7th house of your spouse, your partner, business partnerships, clients, the public. And this can be a time where maybe you find a new business partner, or maybe you are taking a relationship to the next level, making some business decisions. Maybe new clients are coming to you for your services at this time. So this can be a time of expansion in the 7th house areas. For some of you, it could literally be falling in love, meeting somebody new. You're opening up to love. You're opening up to new business ideas, new business ventures with other people. So there is a newness coming there. Or maybe just meeting people that you want to join forces with, join forces in business. We have Mercury going retrograde August 5th until the 28th. Mercury for you rules the 5th, and the 8th house, Aquarius. And it's going to start retrograding in your 8th house, then go to your 7th house. So you're going to have issues come up, maybe that need to be redone when it comes to finances, other people's money, insurance policies, inheritance, anything like that can pop up, or maybe issues with legal documents as well. Make sure you back up your data. If you have to sign any legal agreements, that you look over everything, double check everything, because Mercury retrograde is a time where mistakes can be made, or you can change your mind about something. When it goes direct, you may think differently about the situation at hand. This can have to do with money, romance, your romantic partner, your business partner, clients. So even contracts with clients, contracts with business partner, or money coming to you that is owed to you through 5th house child support, or money going out on account of children, on account of spouse. Could be a little bit of a hiccup or a redo, reanalyzing situation that comes up with these things. But even if not, communication could go a little bit array. You may misinterpret what somebody says, or they may misinterpret what you say. So make sure to be really clear and just analyze everything, double check everything. The first 5 days of August, we have Sun and Venus in your 7th house. Romantic relationships, business partnerships is the focus. And then the Sun will go into your 8th house, where research, money, financial planning will take center stage. But the big player here really is Mars in Gemini. Mars will be in Gemini until early September. Jupiter is also there. Mars for you, Aquarius, rules your 3rd house of siblings, self-efforts, communications, and your 10th house of career and public image going into your 5th house. It could be where you are traveling, doing fun activities with your children, and you're really excited about it. You know, wherever Mars is, we put in a lot of effort. It's where we go, go, go. But it could also be that you are working on a creative project that you're going to share with the world. You could really be working on something creative, maybe even with your children. So if you are single, this is the time to go out and look for a romantic partner, go on dates. This can create a lot of passion, intensity, but this can also be where you get in a little bit of you could get into fights with your children, romantic partners. There could be a push and pull because Mars can be a little bit more aggressive. So for most of the month, with Venus being in your 8th house, Saturn in your 2nd house will also square that Mars in the 4th. So there could be some tension on account of family finances, over children, or activities with children, or some creative endeavor. Maybe it's putting stress on your finances, and you and your partner are, could be bickering about it, fighting about it a little bit. So watch out for that as well. But on a happy note, with that Venus in your 8th house until the 29th and Mars in your 5th, I mean, if you are trying to get pregnant, a lot of intimacy, a lot of passion is also expected, especially if you are partnered, or you might find someone who you feel very intensely about right now. Aquarius, we have a full moon August 19th in your sign. This full moon can make you feel a little bit anxious, or like there's something going on beneath the surface. There's something you're putting a finishing touch to. Maybe you are reevaluating your look, your image, or really your whole life path, where you want things to go further with your family, your business partner, spouse. This, when a full moon happens in the 1st house, there's like a closure of something, but it could just have to do with your look, your personality. Now we have Venus opposite Saturn on this day, Sun square Uranus, and Jupiter will also be squaring Saturn. So a lot of people could be a little bit, acting up around you, causing you to feel a little bit anxious. So be a little bit more watchful around that time, especially those early degree Aquariuses because you have Pluto sitting right there, Pluto retrograde at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So if you are an early degree Aquarius rising, you can feel a sort of transformation happening. And with this full moon, it could bring about closures in your life, and it can make you feel a little bit more uneasy. All right, I hope August is fantastic for you, Aquarius. Pisces, August will start out with a new moon happening on August 4th in your 6th house of work, health, responsibility. So this can be a time where something new is opening up for you. Maybe you're getting a new gym membership. You're trying to get in shape, change your diet, reorganize things, restructure your bills, pay some stuff off, or just change your day-to-day routine. You're getting pretty much an opening in this area of life in August where something new is starting. It could be you getting new coworkers, new employees, or just changing your schedule around, reorganizing everything. Regardless, this is a great time to let go of bad habits or start really good habits, habits that you want to keep on going with. Mercury will be retrograde from August 5th through August 28th. For you Pisces, Mercury rules your 4th house of home, family, and your 7th house of spouse, love, romance, and business partnerships. It will retrograde in your 7th house into your 6th house. So there could be things that need to, be redone, revised, especially if you have clients or business partners. Back up your data. Watch any contracts, any legal dealings that you have to, sign on the dotted line. Make sure you know what you're doing. If you're signing a new home lease, buying a new vehicle, maybe it's wise to wait until August 28th because you might change your mind or you might not know about everything. This can be a time for those of you who are single. You could be reminiscing about a past ex-partner, or they could be reaching out to you. You could be reaching out and hearing from them, or you could even be hearing from an old neighborhood friend, a family member you haven't spoken to in a while, because Mercury also rules your 4th house. Watch out for any problems or anything you might need to fix. And maybe there's contracts you need to sign. Maybe you need to fix something within your home, with your vehicle. Later, when it retrogrades back to your 6th house, this can create maybe misunderstandings with doctors, anybody who works for you, your employees. So make sure you're very clear with your communication. Those of you with a sun, moon, or ascendant from 16 to 18 degrees, you are going to be under the Saturn retrograde transit. Okay, so things may seem this month for you like there is more pressure on you, more restrictions. You have to redo something. You're reanalyzing something with Saturn moving through your 1st house. But it can be a time where you have a lot of realizations about life and you want to make huge monumental changes. Sun and Venus are in your 6th house for the first 5 days, giving you that push to get any kind of work done and focus on pretty much your daily habits, your health. At that point, then we shift it to the 7th house. So your focus a lot this month is on romance, love, relationships, business partnerships, clients. You're going to have that opposition from Saturn at one point. So you may feel like you are really working through relationship issues, a lot of you. Now, the big player this month, Mars, is in your 4th house. It's joining Jupiter there. So while Jupiter is expanding your 4th house, your emotional state, maybe you're buying a house, you're moving, you're just feeling more secure with yourself. Mars in the 4th can bring in arguments or in the home, or maybe there's things that you need to fix within your home, in your vehicles. It's there all the way until September 4th. So people that you live with can be a little bit more on edge, but if you want to get done any projects within your home, declutter, reorganize, redecorate, Mars is going to give you that push to do this. Maybe some of you are moving, purchasing a home with Mars in the fourth. You're really eager to do this. Just be more watchful with that Mercury retrograde this month. For you, Mars rules your ninth and second house. So maybe you are starting to teach at home, or you are joining some kind of online group within the home. It's causing a little bit more frustration. With your second house going into the fourth, there could be, where you are spending money on home projects. There could be maybe a little bit of restriction or frustration, because at one point Saturn in your first house will square that Mars in your fourth house. So there could be maybe frustrations with redoing something within the home, a home project, or with family members and finances. On Monday, August 19th, you do have a full moon in your 12th house. This full moon can give you a little bit more anxiety, maybe even loss of sleep. We're going to have Venus opposite Saturn, Sun square Uranus, and Jupiter will be squaring Saturn, and that Mars square Saturn situation. So people around you could be acting up a little bit, as well as that you could just feel more anxious. It's in your 12th house, Pisces. So watch your dreams, any creativity, any downloads coming to you. But there could be some kind of an ending you are initiating, something that you want to finish up that maybe you are not ready to talk about. You're not ready to tell others about. You're just doing it on your own behind the scenes. It's a perfect time to let go of limiting beliefs, let go of any bad habits. It can also be a time where you are maybe taking care of some bills, some expenses that came to you, maybe unforeseen for some of you. With all these transits going on, 18th and 19th can be more erratic, where people around us are just acting more erratic, more emotional. So this can also be a time where you are studying something and you're spending more time alone. You want to be a little bit more reclusive, or you're getting into spirituality, learning something, and maybe even planning a trip abroad. Some of you may be even traveling or visiting places of worship around this time, or learning about that as well. But it is more of an emotional moon. With it, for you being behind the scenes, it's really about letting go of limiting beliefs and letting things go. If you've got any hang-ups, you've been holding on to stuff for way too long, this is the time to just release this. I hope you found this helpful. Like and subscribe for more.